Bruno from RVing TV. Today we're going to do a review on a really nice vehicle. Right next to me here is a 2019 BMW X3, but just not any X3. This is an X3 M40i. So the 40i is an upgraded version with a full M Sport package. The difference to the 30i is a 30i will have a 2-liter twin-scroll turbo. When you opt for the 40i, you're going to actually get upgraded to a 3-liter 6-cylinder with the twin-scroll turbo. Much more power, much more speed out of it. We'll give you some of the stats shortly, but one of the real key stats, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds from a sport utility. So if you're looking for that oomph that a sedan or a coupe will give you, but you want the flexibility of an SUV, the X3 40i is definitely something to take a look at. And as I mentioned, we have our M badging. So this has an M Sport package. What that's going to do is do several things. Going to give us a different bumper with a different look, more aerodynamic styling, an aero package around. We're going to get upgraded brakes. We're going to go from the traditional rims up to 21-inch rims, but also summer performance tires. So this vehicle you're seeing is currently sitting on BMW rims, 19-inch rims with winter tires, because for the winter you'll want to downsize a little bit. Of course, it has X-Drive, so it's all-wheel drive, and it's a smart all-wheel drive, putting down power where you need it. Now, some great features. We have this adaptive LED headlights up front with high beam assist. We also have LED fog lights. When you go to the 40i, there's going to be a number of upgrades you get with the vehicle itself. Let's take a little look at the vehicle a little closer. You're going to notice the aerodynamic cladding that you're going to pick up, the aero skirting with the M package. Of course, we're going to get our M brakes, which are going to be bigger brakes and colored brakes. Normally we'd have our 21-inch rims. Now, this vehicle has also been equipped with comfort access and a number of essentials, which is really nice because as you walk up to your vehicle, you're going to be able to grab the handle and she'll pop open because she's going to know the fob is right with you. Of course, you can use the fob to lock and unlock the vehicle as well. And a really nice feature on this vehicle, so I'm going to step out of frame for a moment and show you, is that when you do approach the vehicle and you want to open it at night, you're going to get a light carpet. So I'm going to turn off the lights so you can see this a little bit better. Your handles light up to give you view of your doors, and the light carpet on the ground is actually guiding you to your vehicle. As well, your headlights, your marker lights, your tail lights are going to come on to help mark the vehicle itself and give you some light around it. What's nice with the 40i and the M package is that some of your skirt, or all your skirting around, is now going to be painted to match the color of your vehicle. With a traditional 30i, your wheel wells here would actually be black and there'd be a number of accents on it. Let's take a look around back at some great little features. Of course, you've got LED lights. Now, this vehicle's been lent to us for this demo, so we've covered up the plates for privacy, but you'll notice the X3 badging here, of course, our M badging, and our 40i. These are very unique to find, limited numbers. Also a great feature with the comfort access. If your hands are full, simply put your foot down below the bumper and up comes your rear tailgate or your lift gate. Now inside, they've done some really nice things, BMW. This vehicle has come, it's an aftermarket add-on, but with the molded with the molded mat in the back, your cargo mat. That's just nice because you'll notice it has a nice little ridge. If you happen to spill something, it's going to hold it in there. For privacy, you do have a privacy shade that is available, but what's really nice, a number of vehicles have that privacy shade. But you go in to put some large boxes, you've dropped your seats down, and what do you do with that privacy shade? You're fumbling around trying to figure it out. Well, underneath the mat, we simply grab a handle, lift up. Right in here is actually where your privacy shade would sit. There's some additional storage down below, as you can see here. Just keep gear tucked away. What's also nice when we close that, this vehicle's been equipped with the cargo package. So you have these rails on both sides where you can actually secure gear down so it's not sliding around. We've got lighting back here, so at night you're going to be able to see your gear, and you can see the fit and finish of the car, the nice aluminum accents, really just finish it. Now, as you noticed, we had a power lift gate, so all we do when we're done with our gear, push a single button, and she closes up on us. Really nice and easy. Twin exhaust, and you'll notice down here that our exhausts are nice large exhausts on both sides. And we'll give you a little idea of how this 40i roars in a few moments. But let's go inside and take a look at some of the great features inside the car. So before I hop in, I'm going to point out that with the M Sport package, our seats right here are going to go from a traditional seat to a sport seat. You're going to notice a lot more supports. It's going to hold you in. This has actually been equipped and optioned with the black Vernasca leather with the blue stitching. So we have a beautiful blue stitching which really just breaks up that solid black. The leather is a lot softer. We get an M Sport steering wheel, which is a large, heavy leather wrap steering wheel as part of that M package. And of course, we've got all our controls. Even our center hub for our horn is all finished off in leather. Heated steering wheel, of course. We've got our controls on this side because this vehicle has a number of features. There's really only one option that's missing on this. But I'm going to hop in and we're going to close her up and we'll give you a little idea of the vehicle here. Actually, before I close the door, what we'll do is we'll fire her up so you can actually hear that engine. Really throaty sound from the engine, that 3-liter with the twin scroll turbo, the exhaust that you get on this car, you know, really sporty feel. So if you need an SUV and that extra cargo space, but you want to have that sports car, the X3 40i is definitely an option to look at. You're going to get handling, speed, and just all the luxury of a BMW. Now, what's really nice is this vehicle does have ambient lighting. It is a little harder to tell in here, but you'll notice underneath the dash and just right up in here, if I put my finger up to it, you'll notice the LED lighting. We also have that on our doors. So just a beautiful package, and that LED lighting, you can change the color of your lighting to your personal preferences. Now, some great features. Of course, push button start. All you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket. When you get in, it's also going to recognize the different key fobs. So your personalized settings for your seat, radio, your mirrors, all those settings, climate control, will actually be set based on the key fob that's first coming in contact with the vehicle as you approach it. That way, with yourself and your spouse, if you're going to have different seating positions, different mirrors. You're not having to change everything every time you get in or out. Simple walk up to the vehicle, it'll recognize you and set your settings. If one person heads out to the car who's not going to be the driver, It's very easy. At our door, we have our memory buttons. You can select on the driver's side memory 1 or memory 2, and each key fob has 2 settings. So you can set your seat and your mirrors up if you're doing local in-city driving, or if you're taking long trips and you like to recline back a little bit more, you can also set that. Now let me tell you a little bit about this vehicle, because it has a slew of options. So we mentioned earlier, when you upgrade to the 40i, you're going to get a vehicle that accelerates from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. It has been limited by BMW to a maximum of 250 kilometers an hour, or basically 156 miles an hour. Average consumption for this vehicle is going to be about 10.1 liters per 100 kilometers, or a little better than 23 miles per gallon. Now, this engine is rated at 382 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds of torque, significantly more than what the 2-liter turbo that finds itself in the standard 30i is going to be. You do get an 8-speed transmission, and of course our gear selector here is fly-by-wire. You can also tap it to the side when it's in drive to put it in manual mode, so you can actually shift here. Or if you come up to the steering wheel, we're equipped with the electronic paddle shifters on the 40i, which is a nice touch. Now this package, as I mentioned, this vehicle, as I mentioned, has the M Sport package, which gives you adaptive suspension, performance control, variable sport steering. Meaning that as your speed is changing, you're actually going to feel the steering respond differently. Tighten up at higher speeds, giving you more control, and yet being a little bit easier and lighter in city slow speed for better maneuvering. You're going to get the sport seats, as I mentioned, the aerodynamics package, and those 21-inch upgraded wheels with summer performance tires. This vehicle also has the advanced driver assist package, which gives you park assist as well as surround camera. So I'll bring your note to the center screen, and as we put it in reverse, as we put it in reverse, you're going to notice our camera come on. So we have a backup camera, sensors on the back, but there's also sensors on the front and a front-looking camera that will give us our full surround view that you're seeing here. And if we were to move back or forward, what it would normally do if we were close to something is, in our surround view, it will actually point out and put green or red indicators that will mark anything near us as we're getting closer as a warning. So as we pan up, we have a beautiful panoramic sunroof. So if we push that button back goes the screen, and our sunroof reaches all the way back to the back passengers, which is absolutely beautiful. So at night you can drive, really enjoy the moonlight. During the day you can run as well, and then if you really enjoy the wind, another button push and opens your sunroof. Just absolutely beautiful. Now the technology in this vehicle is phenomenal. Let's take a look at our center stack here. I'll point out some additional items. So of course you have your radio system here, but you'll notice if you're looking at the screen, as I'm putting my hands over the different buttons, barely touching them, it senses the touch. Each person can program different favorites. Those favorites can either be radio settings, could be a CD. You can actually program navigation settings in here. So with a single push button, if you wanted to set number 1 as your home, push 1, navigation will pop up, set already to guide you home, and off you'd go. Now, this vehicle has been equipped with the premium package enhanced, which means you get that sunroof, the ambient lighting we talked about, the comfort access, universal garage door opener, galvanic controls. That is a nicer set of controls for your various systems here. We also have manual side shade for our windows for our passengers in the back. So you can pull those up, have more privacy, whether you have young kids or whether you're using that for a pet to stay cooler. We have heads-up display, which I'll show you in a moment. You also get lumbar support and that great storage compartment that we talked about. Now, the heads-up display, I'm going to just take the camera and give you a little idea. We have, let's see if I can show you here, just in front of us, you'll notice, and I'm going to zoom in here, you'll see the 0 kilometers an hour with the little red button, red line above it. That's actually our heads-up display. Now, what we can also do is if we were putting in an address, we could actually set our navigation and we could tell it to throw that up on the heads-up display. That way you're never taking your eyes off the road. Your speed, your navigation, or a variety of information will be shown there. Now, this X3 has several modes. When we look down at our center console here, you'll notice there's an Eco, Pro, Comfort, and Sport mode. And this vehicle also has adaptive next to it. So we do have adaptive cruise control, we have lane keep assist, all those great technologies. Blind spot warning. With the lane keep assist, it'll actually keep you in your lane. If you try to move a lane without signaling, it'll bounce you back. It'll also guide you down the road as you're going around curves. It's going to keep you in the center of your lane, really helping you. It's a semi-autonomous mode itself. We also have auto hold, which is a great feature when you're doing a lot of in-city driving where traffic's a little heavier. You can actually engage the auto hold. What that will do is when you approach a stoplight, you come to a full stop, you'll be able to take your foot off the brake and the car will hold itself in that position. Give a light push on the accelerator and the car will start rolling. We also have automatic start and stop, and then of course we have our media center here. Now the media center can be used like a joystick back and forth. You can also use the pad to write on it. So when it comes to navigation, you can select the navigation and you can either speak it, or if you're entering an address, you can actually start to write right on the keypad. It's a great little feature as well. Now, when we look at our dash, when you go to the 40i, we have a nice digital dash. What's really nice is has some great little features. When we go to Eco Pro, you're not having to always look down and go, where does it say Eco Pro? The dials are going to turn blue. Change the setup a little bit. When we go to comfort mode, it's going to come red. You're going to notice the dials change a little bit in their look. And then of course when we go over to sport, again, very clean, very crisp. It changes up itself. In our center area here, we can actually program it to show us a variety of information. So we have a lot of great features on the vehicle. Folding mirrors as well. When it comes time that you want to park, you can bring it in if you're putting into a tight parking spot, or when you're outside and you hit your lock button on your key fob, it'll fold the mirrors in for you to keep them safe and protected. Dual zone climate control up front, as well as dual zone climate control in the rear, independent from the front. Also front heated seats, but rear heated seats in the 40i. Just some great features that you pick up. Nice area here for our cup holders and some additional storage. And if you want to keep it hidden away. M badging throughout the car with the M Sport package. I think we've pretty much covered all the options on this X3. So if you're in the market for a BMW, want to really have something like a 3 or 5 Series, something a little sportier, but you need that sport utility, take a look at this X3 M40i. You'll really love the enhancements that you're going to pick up with the upgraded leather, the leather dash, all the appointments of a true luxury vehicle, but the sportiness of a sports car. 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. The power of that 3-liter twin scroll turbo 6-cylinder engine. You definitely will not be disappointed. An X3 40i M like this will run you retail approximately $79,000, $80,000 in the Canadian marketplace. Slim pickings, which means you're going to have a very unique vehicle. Well, this is Bruno from RVing TV saying thank you for viewing our video. If you liked the video, please click the like button below. Feel free to subscribe. The subscribe button is just below. And as well, click the bell button. That will allow us to notify you of new videos that come up. I'll post a link to the X3, to the BMW site for you so you can take a look at some of the great features. Thank you for viewing the video again, and make sure that you live life to the fullest. Take care.